Billy. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In case you're new here, my name is Mark and I'm a third year business student studying at the National University of Singapore. So it's been quite a while since I've gone out since the summer started, but today I'm going to meet my senior Ryan, play with his dogs, shoot some photos, and then maybe I'll meet my friends after that as well. But yes, as you can see from the title of this video, I am going to take a leave of absence this semester, so I'll share my thoughts about it later in this video. But for now, cue the B-roll.
Hey, hello.
Redefine, clear mind, yeah. Bad design, no denying. Here's the thing,
This is how we start.
you might have. You fake it. I wouldn't change it. Let me just say that. Either way, you are the sun that shines down on me. You are the one that's so heavenly. And every time that I'm on my knees, just take the weight off my shoulders when I'm in need. And so you comfort me. My whole life is a lie. Took your time to realize it. Without you, I've been dying. 'Cause you're my savior. You wouldn't fake it, and I wouldn't change it. Let me just say that. Oh, either way, you are the sun that shines down on me. You are the one that's so heavenly. And every time that I'm on my knees, just take the weight off my shoulders when I'm in need. And so you comfort me.
So this is Ryan. He was my senior back then when I was in BZ Club. He also became my classmate in one of my semesters when I was still deciding to do finance. Back then I wanted to do a double specialization in both marketing and finance. But after going through that semester with him, I realized that, maybe finance is not for me. And this guy kind of carried me a little bit. So Ryan also took an LA back then, and I'm just going to ask him a couple of reasons why he decided to take an LA. Okay, so what was maybe the reason for taking an LA?
I guess one of the main reasons was actually I couldn't really land a good summer internship that would actually set me back behind my peers. So taking an LA to pursue an internship was one way for me to be on track with my peers. And looking back, I don't regret this decision. I must say that I'm actually very happy I took this leap of faith to take an LA. And yes, I believe it has helped me quite a lot.
Okay, so what do you think is the best part of taking an LA?
I guess the best part of taking an LA was probably just having a nice break from school, because you have been studying in school for 15 years, 16 years straight, and I guess after a certain time, you kind of question yourself about what you're studying or what you're studying for, and being in the workforce for 6 months as a break from your studies, I guess gave me that focus, and it puts a lot of meaning into what I'm studying. When I actually go back to my studies, I actually understood a little bit more why I'm learning a particular thing, let's say in finance. And I must say that it's one of the decisions that I really enjoyed.
Thanks, bro. Like, share, subscribe. Alright, I just went to get a haircut after 3 months, but I thought I'll share some reasons why I wanted to take an LOA this semester. Firstly, I have some concerns about my future job prospects, especially because I have 1 year left before graduation. I have quite a few friends who just graduated, and maybe because of the COVID situation, the job market did shrink, so a lot of them found it difficult to find full-time jobs. And it looks like it's going to be a situation that trickles down to my batch as well. So that scared me. While I was fortunate enough to have some internships throughout my 3 years in university so far, there was a bit of a fear because I wasn't sure whether I'll find something that I was passionate about, even though I've pretty much tried my best so far. So taking an LA would mean that I have 1 more semester to find out what I want to do, and even take another summer internship next year. So that gives me more opportunity to build my resume and take some time for the job market to get a bit better. But this ties to my second point. So I'm still looking at what I want to do for the future. I mentioned earlier that I was intending on taking a double specialization in both marketing and finance. And for those in biz that know, that combination is probably the craziest one because it's really the most competitive 2 specializations in biz. But over time, after taking some of the finance modules, I felt like even though I did quite decently, I don't think that that's for me because I felt like marketing was a bit more towards where I was more passionate about. I wanted to do something a bit more creative, so I guess that's why marketing was a bit more for me. And maybe for the longest time I thought that I wanted to do finance because I was socially pressured to do finance in biz just because a lot of my friends were taking that spec. But I think right now I'm quite contented with my decision and my grades are getting a bit better. So even though it took me some time to figure it out and take some finance modules, I think it was a good journey to learn. And at the end of the day, it wasn't a waste to take those finance modules because it's helping me understand the world a bit better. For those in business, I think maybe at some point, maybe in your earlier part of uni, you will feel like you have no idea what spec you want to take. But I think that's the good thing about this because you get to try all these different core modules and then figure out what you want to do. So take me as an example for how I'm trying to slowly figure it out on my own. So whether it's taking some modules in that particular spec or even taking an internship to find out more about that specific role, I think it's a good chance to just figure out what kind of direction you want to go in your career. Even if it's by elimination, I mean, that gives you a way to find out what you want to do. I mean, hey, for me, when I chose NUS business, it was just because I wanted to go to NUS. I looked through the entire list of degrees and then I just deleted everything that I didn't want to do and I was left with business. So I guess that happens that way. As of now, I feel like I do want to take on a career in marketing, especially in the tech industry. So I'm slowly making my way towards that. So thirdly, I do want to take a little bit of a break from school and learn whatever I can while still being a student. To be honest, the last few semesters in Zoom University have been quite okay, and I think maybe because I had to travel less, my grades were definitely a bit better. But either way, I still felt like I had a bit of a Zoom burnout. So this break allowed me the chance to, build up some experiences, pick up more skills that I've put on hold for quite a long time, and just pick up the camera and shoot a bit more. The whole point of my channel was not only to just, post memories with my friends, but to also document my life in college and to share a bit more of my experiences throughout my uni life. So I'm looking forward to filming more cinematic videos, and even just making this vlog makes me a bit more certain in my decision about taking an LA. I guess the last and probably the least important reason was I still want to go for exchange. I've actually had my exchange plans cancelled 3 times, and honestly at this point it's a bit depressing. I had a dream about making exchange videos and travelling the world, but at this point it's quite hard. Hopefully that can happen next year, and I know a lot of my friends watching will be like, oh, that's not gonna happen. But one can dream, right? So anyway, you're thinking about taking an LOA for a 6 months internship like me, or even just deciding on something that's maybe not the most traditional, always consider the pros and cons and then focus on what you need and want to do. Think about what's best for you, because ultimately there are people that much rather just go out and start working and earning and bread. I think increasingly now in NUS there are a lot more people taking LOAs for some of the reasons like mine, so don't feel pressured to go the conventional route. Obviously still consider everything properly, but still go with your heart and stay committed to it. I guess those are my thoughts about normalizing the unconventional paths. So yes, that ends my thoughts and experiences in NUS Business School so far. If you have any similar questions or concerns, do feel free to drop it down in the comments section below. Do also let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future. So the time now is 3:03 and I'm very late to meeting my FSP group for some home cooked food. We recently just got FSP results and it went well, so we're going to celebrate today. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Oh, you heard what they say.
I don't know if you're liking.
All the things change.